Mm. You are live,
Perfect.
is what it says. Man, that took a hot minute. I'm gonna have to learn the StreamYard stuff. Thank you. The person I've seen that is the best at it has been Brandy Panson. Um, and she just kills the StreamYard stuff. And I've been impressed. So I'm gonna get myself organized. I know I'm a few minutes late. I won't even get into why because it doesn't matter. But I'm gonna get myself organized while a couple people get on. Um, Today's been nuts, nutso. But I see a couple people are on. Thank you again. So I apologize for being late. Internet stuff again. I will say the StreamYard is awesome, like super cool. I just am not very well. I'm going to say I'm not very good at it. I haven't spent very much time practicing using all the software and all the tools and all that. But I see Brandy Panson using this stuff, and it is like she kills it. It looks like a professional video, and I'm like, I want to do that. So awesome. We got a bunch of folks jumping on now. Fantastic. So, I really, you know what? Give me a minute. Give me one. Oh, I'm trapped in here. I want to go grab. Oh, I don't need it. I'm not going to do that. You see how unprofessional that is? I'm going to be professional in just a second. So, cheat meal, Thrive cheat meal. I got a couple of them in there, but I'm not going to go get them. Anyway, guys, I am super excited.
What do you mean?
Yeah, she got it. She didn't even. Man, that's too cool. That's too cool. And again, so I want you to know Terry's going to be simultaneously somewhere else doing something. But if you ask questions, they pop in there. I'm going to do my best to answer if she can pop in, if she needs to tell me. But I wanted to do this live. That way you guys could ask questions and we could do this kind of interactively because this is big. This is huge. You haven't seen me come on here live. Been a part of Le-Vel for 6-7 years now. And there's only been one or two things that really blew my mind. And I mean blew my mind. Not that anything, don't take that negatively, that anything hasn't blown my mind thus far. But this has been, on a scientific level, guys, this right here is a game changer. And I want to come in and I want to explain to you why and how it works in the body and why it's going to do what you're expecting. As I think that's one of the biggest things. I've had to study the human body in order to accomplish goals of mine. I tried for years when I was younger, in my 20s and early 30s, to accomplish the goals just going by, whatever information floated by me and it didn't work. I had to study this stuff. So, that said, Thrive cheat meal. Here we go. Thrive cheat meal. What this is what I'm going to call this. You haven't heard this yet. What I'm going to call this is a macronutrient partitioner. Okay. What this is supposed to do and what it's going to do is block carbohydrates and block fats, but not only just block. It's going to most importantly help absorb. And really quickly, if you guys bear with me here, that's what the Thrive experience is all about. Is absorption. The 1, 2, 3. Really quickly, I'm going to tell you this. The reason we are the best nutrition product ever is because we've given ourselves the ability to absorb it. So I don't care what health you're in. The problem with most multivitamins and things like that, even the food you eat, is your body, your gut is not absorbing them. So you could be giving yourself everything you need that you've ever heard of, and you're doing everything correctly. But if your body doesn't absorb it, it goes in and it goes out. Useless. So that's where the Thrive experience comes in, is through the capsules, the micronized shake, and the derm infusion technology of the skin. You're giving everybody is getting from 8 to 80, getting the best possibility of absorption. And in my opinion, as I can't say health professional, but my gosh, I've been doing this for so long to the T. I kind of feel like a professional. But as a health professional, I'm going to say Absorption is key, and it's why the Thrive experiences work. And that's why, guys, that's why this thing right here, I'm going to get into right now. That's why this is going to be a game changer, not only for you personally, but for your business as far as supplementation goes. So that said, here we go. What I'm going to do, so you know, is I've actually taken some very detailed notes. And typically, no one likes me or wants me to get into scientific fact, but it's important for me scientifically to know how this works. Why am I doing what I'm doing? If I don't know why I'm doing it, I don't want to do it. It just doesn't make sense to me. So that's how I function. And some of you out there, I have a feeling you do too, because we talk often. So I've taken some detailed notes, guys. And some of this, if I look awkward, yes, I want to read precisely what I've documented from numerous online. And that's another thing. I'm gonna tell you, I got this a lot from Healthline, RX List. These are things that I read here. If you don't believe me, you can actually type in Google and you're gonna find exactly what I just said. And I wanted that to be important too, so you're not just taking my opinion on it. So if I sound funny, yes, it's because I'm reading word for word what I put on here. And then I'll give my personal opinion with a little charisma in there. All right, so number one on the ingredient list, right? I'm going to go right down the line, okay, is a carb blocker. And again, I didn't do every ingredient, but I did a lot of the key ones that I knew were important. So as far as the carb blocker, well, you know what? I'll start at the beginning. Right now, this right here, treat meal. What this does again is help absorb and block carbs, fats, and sugars. Pause, right? Really? Is that possible? Yes, it is. It's absolutely possible. We just need to understand the science behind it and know how to use it. And here it is. So, on the carb side, going down the ingredient list, one of the biggest ingredients that popped up to me is the Gymnema. Again, I'm not going to do that very well. Gymnema sylvester, also known as Gurmar. Okay, and again, I'm going to get into it so you haven't, so you know, it's native to tropical Asia, China, the Arabian Peninsula. Forgive me, Africa and Australia. Okay, this has been known in the Ayurvedic medicine, which is been around for 2,000 some years. Okay, this is known from a long time. This is not something new. And again, this is a great time for me to tell you that if you didn't know, every single one of your medicines from the doctor comes from a plant-based or earthly-based plant, tree, herb, root, right? All the doctors, all the scientists did is they broke it down to this molecular base and recreate it with drugs so they can mass produce it. But I want you to know and feel comfortable that everything we've ever taken from, as far as medicine goes, came from the earth. The molecules, it's amino acid breakdown came from the earth. So that's that. So what does Gurmar mean? Gurmar means, you ready for this? Sugar destroyer. Literally, in parentheses, sugar destroyer. How cool is that? So, Gymnema is a supplement that's been used as a complementary treatment for both. Woo! That reminds me. You ready for this one? That reminds me. Notice, I am not a doctor. Okay, I'm not a licensed health professional. This is for your entertainment purposes only, and only to give you a little bit of wisdom and knowledge that I live by and understand. So again, I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to me. No. So here we go. We got that out of the way. All right. Gymnema is a supplement that's been used as a complementary treatment for both type 1 and type 2 diabetes. While it's not a replacement for insulin, it aids in blood sugar control. Okay, follow me here. It's been used medicinally, like I said, in Ayurveda, which is ancient Indian medicine practice for over 2,000 years. This is not something new. This is not something just made up. It's been used to treat low blood sugar, reduce the amount of sugar absorbed by the intestines, okay? And also lower LDL cholesterol, as well as stimulate the insulin release from your pancreas, okay? One other thing that I want to add right now is what you're going to find as I go through the carbs, the fats, and the digestion process of this, you're going to find that they all work together. This blew my mind when I dug this up and broke it down. Each one of them does a little bit of everything. It's phenomenal, phenomenal. And from its earthly base, which I absolutely love the most. So, how does it work? Gynema contains substances that decrease the absorption of sugar from the intestines. Okay, it decreases the absorption from sugar into the intestines. It may also increase the amount of insulin in the body, and increase the growth of cells in the pancreas. I mean, it can help heal the pancreas. That's pretty cool, right? Which is the place where the body makes insulin. Guys, I think this would be a good time to tell you, just in case you didn't know or have not had the opportunity, what is insulin and sugar? How does it work? So you've heard me talk about before how sodium is the transport for water. You guys have heard me say that. Everything in your body has to have a carrier. It has to have something that transport it, and it has to have a receptor of where it goes, what receives it. Insulin, guys, is made in the pancreas. Insulin is the transporter of glucose, glycogen, sugar, carbohydrates for simple. So, where diabetes comes in, guys, and issues with that is the fact that you may not have enough insulin to transport all of the carbohydrates, okay? I want you to follow me. And again, if you have questions on here, I want to answer them because this is super important. And again, it's an opportunity for me to share how the body works on a scientific level. So, insulin, you eat carbohydrates, you eat sugar, whether it be pasta or candy, whatever. You eat carbohydrates. It stimulates your pancreas to release insulin. Insulin is what transports the carbohydrates, turns them into glucose, and then takes them to the muscle where it's used for energy. Okay. Now, this is a great time to say if you have eaten too many carbs or you don't have enough insulin to transport all the carbs you ingested, right? Your body can either do one of two things. It can either store it as fat or use it for energy. I'm going to repeat that. Your body can only store carbohydrates or fat or use them for energy. Our goal in life is for our body to use them as energy. That way we don't have anything lingering around and blah, blah, blah. You understand that. So that is the importance of insulin and the process in the body of how the carbohydrates should work. So you eat them again, you hope and pray that your body either uses it for energy, puts it in the muscle, or breaks it down, or like I said, or it's going to store it as fat. It doesn't just disappear. Okay. Going on with this, guys, it says the plant may also play a beneficial role in the diabetes treatment. I hate to bring that up because I don't want to get into the legal stuff of medical claims and all that, but this is facts. I'm sorry. As it may help stimulate insulin secretion and regenerate the pancreas cells. I mean, that's phenomenal. Both of which help lower blood sugar. Okay, lower blood sugar. I'll break that down really quickly. So you have your veins, you have your, but you eat the carbohydrates, your body breaks them down, and breaks them down into glucose or glycogen. Okay, it's flowing through your blood, if you can imagine. And again, either your body can use it, or it stores it. So what you do not want ever, health purposes, you do not want a ton of glucose running through your blood and it has nowhere to go or nothing to do. When carbohydrates in your blood have nowhere to go or nothing to do, it stores as fat. That's a scientific guaranteed fact. Okay. So that's why this is important thus far. Again, it says that gynema can also fight inflammation, aid in weight loss, and lower bad cholesterol. I don't think you can get anything better than that, guys. That's incredible. But in addition to that, as far as the carb side goes, they also included cinnamon bark. Everybody loves cinnamon. Cinnamon's phenomenal on everything. I can't think of a bad thing to use cinnamon on. Well, what does cinnamon do? The oils found in cinnamon bark are thought to reduce gas, right? Who doesn't want that? Flatulence, and stimulate the appetite. Cinnamon bark also contains a chemical that works like insulin to lower blood sugar. Here we have another ingredient, guys, that's going to do one and the same as the other. It's just fantastic. It's loaded with antioxidants. Antioxidants protect your body from oxidative damage caused by free radicals. That's when your body's working too hard. We put too much crap in it. It can't process it, and it just gets floating around and causes really bad things all the way to cancer. So very serious. It sounds, we use the word too much. Oh, antioxidants, free radicals. We in the health world we use that too much. It's extremely important. That's literally the causes of 90%. I'm not, don't quote me the percentage, but a lot of medical conditions. So super, super important. It also has, cinnamon also has anti-inflammatory properties. That's all the way not from what you see in the body, but in your organs. We don't want inflammation. When the organs are working too hard to process the crap we might have put in, it gets inflamed. It's working so hard, just like a muscle or anything else. It gets inflamed or an injury. You know, that's the natural body's response is inflammation. So it helps reduce inflammation. It can improve the sensitivity to hormone insulin, right? We want our bodies to be sensitive to insulin because that's when we're getting the most productive use out of insulin. It's doing what it's supposed to do. So insulin is one of the key hormones that regulate our metabolism and energy use. I talked about that just a minute ago. It's what transports and tells the carbohydrates what to do and not to do. Very important. It also is essential for transporting blood sugar from your bloodstream to your cells. I'm reading highlights here, but I'm repeating what I've already said. Very crucial. It helps put carbohydrates into the muscle, not into the belly to be stored as fat. And that's what we want. So the problem that many people have, they are resistant to the effects of insulin. That is like I want to say a type, what is it, type 2? I don't want to misquote myself. There's two types of diabetics, 1 and 2. One is where the pancreas does not produce insulin, and the other is not enough. So it makes you sensitive to insulin, which is good. It says this is known as an insulin resistance, a hallmark of serious conditions like metabolic syndrome, like type 2 diabetes. That's exactly what it said right here off of rxlist.com. Again, a lot of this, guys, I'm quoting, so you can look for yourself and not just take my word. I hope after all these years you take my word for it, but I did this so that you can also research yourself. In here it says the good news is that cinnamon can drastically reduce insulin resistance. You don't want to be resistant. You don't want it to be fighting it away. This is a help, and it helps the important hormone to do its job. So again, cinnamon, gynema, they're doing a lot of the similar things. They're helping our body utilize carbohydrates in the way that it should. So, and again, it says by increasing insulin sensitivity, it can lower your blood sugar levels, right? So just in case, I've said this over and over again already in 10 minutes. Blood sugar levels. Blood sugar level, guys. So for me, I take my blood sugar all the time because I want to know what my body is doing. I don't have any health conditions, but I want to know how my body is working and how it responds to things. I encourage you to do the same because when you understand how your particular body responds to certain foods at certain times of the day, you can make corrections, right? Instead of guessing. So blood sugar level, guys, is when you eat a carbohydrate meal. It goes into the blood, breaks down and goes into the blood as glucose, okay? If you have nowhere to put it, okay, it can't store it in the muscles, and you're not using it because you're physically active at the moment, you have high blood glucose levels because it's just sitting, going back and forth in the blood, being, until it's like, oh, I guess we have nowhere to go. I guess we'll sit in the fat stores here. So, right, because we have nowhere else to go. Sounds childish. It's literally how the body works. It's kind of funny to me. I've been looking at this stuff for a long time, and it's kind of funny. People with issues, it's not funny. But let's see. First, cinnamon has been shown to decrease the amount of glucose that enters into your bloodstream after a meal. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Cinnamon has been shown to decrease the amount of glucose that enters your bloodstream after a meal. That means it's able to be used before it just floats around the bloodstream. Crucial, super important. It says that it does this by interfering with numerous digestive enzymes, which slows the breakdown of carbohydrates into your digestive tract. So, why is it important to slow it down? The slower that things move along in your intestines, your digestive tract, and your bloodstream is more of an opportunity to be used instead of stored. It's like driving down the road. Excuse me. You do not want to make a right-hand turn off the highway at 70 miles an hour. You want to be driving 30 miles an hour so that you have enough time to make the appropriate turn and you know what's going on around you. Stupid analogy, but it's real. You want things to move slower in your body so that your body knows what to do with it and has a chance to recognize what it is and what to do with it. So that's the importance of it slowing it down into the bloodstream. It says also a compound of cinnamon can act on cells by mimicking insulin. Okay. All right. So I said the other day that I was I knew about this science already. Being a competitive bodybuilder, and when it comes to dieting and making my body perform to its optimal performance, I need to utilize every tool I can find. When I said that, I wanted to prove it to you. And I said in there was one other company on the planet that had an understanding of this technology before us in Le-Vel. That's why this is really exciting. This is new. I could bring this product up and no one would have a clue what I'm talking about because it's just not known. This is not just an everyday read in your men's journal, women's journal, medical news. It's just unfortunately not. This right here is something I've been using, guys. It's called Slin. Okay, this it's a partitioning agent. All right, and again, it's also all natural. All natural. I'm not taking anything crazy, no drugs from the dog, nothing like that. These are natural ingredients just like it. But my point is, I wanted you to know that I've actually utilized this successfully. That's my point to this. Not that anything's better or any other reason, that I knew about this science and I've been using it successfully now for over a year. Again, not that long, but the science is new. That's another great thing. Okay, but it's a partitioning agent, and it's a insulin mimicker, which means just like all the things I just said in here for the carbohydrates, guys, it acts like insulin. So it tells your body to transport and move the carbohydrates around instead of storing them. That's the simple part of it. But again, I have actually used this 20 times, well, more than that, but 20 times, but by using my blood sugar tester before a meal. I poke myself, do the little thing. Before and after, I've done this in the mornings, afternoon, at nights. I've tried it before workout and after workout. I've really dialed this down, guys, to see, does this work? Because that's crazy. So you telling me there's natural ingredients? There's natural ingredients made from the planet that we can take to correct some of our natural body's issues to perform at its optimal level. To me, that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. So my point of sharing with you this other product was there's one other that even had a clue. However, this is only insulin. We added fat and other complex carbohydrates to ours. So we're on a whole nother level. But again, I share that with you guys because I wanted you to know and prove to you that when I said I've used and understood this science for a while, I meant it. So that is that. Oh, one other thing on here that I noted. RX List stated that numerous studies have been confirmed the anti-diabetic effects of cinnamon, showing that it can lower fasted blood sugar. Fasted blood sugar meaning like when you wake up or it's been numerous hours that you've eaten and your body's in a fasted state, it's said that it lowers sugar levels by 10 to 29%. Even if you were in the middle of that, guys, at 18, 20%, that's huge. You don't have to be a mathematician to understand that by taking our Thrive cheat meal, that it could lower our blood sugar levels by 20, 25%. That's big time. That's the difference between having high blood sugar and regular blood sugar. You don't get any smarter than that. So that's carbohydrates. I personally don't see any questions in here, so I'm going to move on. Next on the list are fats. Okay. This says it's a fat absorber and blocker. Okay. So I looked at some of the ingredients, dug them up, wanted to know what the hell is going on and how and why. Because this one's new to me. Very impressed. I'm very impressed. Number one on the list was prickly pear cactus. All right. Says, so now I'm going to read a couple things. That this cactus fiber has been shown to significantly promote, and forgive me here, don't laugh, chuckle, whatever, promote fecal fat excretion in healthy adults. The results of the study show that the cactus fiber helps reduce body weight by binding, now hear me out, by binding to the dietary fat. Just like Jason Camper said, by binding to the dietary fat and increasing its excretion, getting it out, right? Bind to it and take it away. Thus reducing dietary fat available for absorption. Just like the carbs, the fats are in the same sequence here. It binds to it, it makes it usable. It either uses it or gets it the hell out of here. Do not store it, right? That's what we want. That's what this is doing. Even this one particular ingredient here. So, by the Encyclopedia of Natural Medicine, like I promised you, I was going to give you real stuff. It's also known as Nopal, N-O-P-A-L, Nepal, however you want to pronounce it. It contains different vitamins like A, B, B2, B3. It says this plant contains minerals of potassium, calcium, magnesium, sodium, and iron, that it contains 18 amino acids, representing a good source of insoluble and soluble fiber. That's another thing that helps with fats, movable, how they're absorbed, all that kind of good stuff. The high fiber content of Nepal or prickly pear cactus helps regulate your appetite, reduce the amount of fat in your body by helping it break down and excrete it out. Okay, super important. The claim that amino acid content in Nepal helps your body pull fluids back from the tissue in your bloodstream, therefore decreasing cellulite and fluid retention. I'm going to repeat that one again. The amino acid content of prickly pear helps pull back the fluids, okay? Utilize the fluids from your tissues. We don't want inflammation. That's what it's saying. It's helping get rid of inflammation in the body as well as into your bloodstream, decreasing the opportunity for cellulite and fluid retention. Call me crazy, but I've had enough clients that's a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. So that's part of the weight loss part of the prickly pear cactus. The metabolic benefits that it talks about provide you with energy to help you reduce fatigue. That's always useful. Can lower blood sugar levels by strengthening your liver and pancreas and increasing your body's sensitivity to insulin. So my point, as I talked about in the beginning of this video, is you're going to be blown away on how each of these ingredients help in all these factors with digestion, fat, and carbs, right? They're kind of almost one and the same. And we put this like they, Le-Vel, we, me, put this power formula together. Absolutely, it's ridiculous. So it helps strengthen your liver and your pancreas and increasing your body's sensitivity to insulin. This in turn may stimulate the movement of glucose from your blood into your body's cells, where your cells can use the glucose as energy. That's the whole purpose of your metabolism. Okay? That is the function of your metabolic rate. That's what you focus on when you want to lose body fat. It's what you focus on when you want to gain muscle. It's what you focus on when you just want general health, guys. You want your body to take with the food you ate, utilize it, either put it in the muscles, use it for energy, or get it the hell out of here. That's what we want to do. That's a perfect performing body. And that's exactly what this is doing. Again, it's helping the movement of glucose from your blood into your body's cells where it can use the glucose as energy. I mean, that's what we're looking for. It may also help slow the digestion of carbohydrates as a consequence. As a consequence, your insulin production may decrease. That means you might not need all of the insulin. So again, one and the same. They claim that prickly pear can exert a cholesterol lowering action. So that's again helping lower our fat content. May help reduce your total cholesterol, triglycerides, and low density lipoprotein cholesterol. Okay, by helping your body metabolize fat and eliminating exile bile acids from your body. Okay, again, that's what we talked about. That's what Jason Camper said it was going to do. That's exactly what this is going to do. Help your body metabolize fat and eliminating the excess bile acids from your body. Also, it says in here, prevent excess blood sugar from conversion into fat, like I talked about a minute ago. If it don't have anywhere to go, guys, it's getting stored as fat. It's not magic. It don't disappear. That's a fact. That's just the way it is. What else? The exotic fruit found to have fat binding properties. So again, binding to the fat, helping absorb it, helping it break it down, helping you utilize it. And if not, get the hell out of here. All right, on to the next fat burning property. Where's all my southern people? Where y'all at? You ready? Guess what the next ingredient is? Okra. I never even heard of okra until I moved to Texas when I was younger. Like, what the hell is okra? Okra has been super beneficial, but when you break it down to its properties, this is what it's going to do for us within this supplement. The studies suggest that okra may help lower blood sugar levels. Back to the blood sugar levels, reducing the rate in which the intestines absorb glucose. So this is actually helping it not in your muscles or in the blood. This is making it work in your intestines. That's where we need it to work anyway. That's where it all starts. So very, very important. Where else are we? According to the CDC, that's always a good one these days, right? Oh, I don't even know if I want to say that. And the U.S. had 12% of the population has diabetes. That's not good. And doctors routinely recommend dietary changes to reduce blood sugar. So what's your answer to these illnesses or these problematics is your diet. And what better way to eat healthy than take your cheat meal, right? Moving on. Okra has been around for 2,000 years. It was used in Egypt, according to the Key Royal Botanic Gardens of the UK, a very well-known, respectable wealth of knowledge. Research shows that people with pre-diabetes, I don't know if you've ever been told that, but I've had several family members come to me and say they were told they have pre-diabetes, whatever that is, can prevent their condition from progressing. So that's phenomenal. I mean, if you even think you might be heading down that road, we have something that's going to take care of that. So that's pretty damn awesome. Let's see here. Even with medication, lifestyle medications involving exercise and diet, we know that lifestyle modifications and exercise are essential for optimal blood sugar. I mean, we should know that by now. If not, that's key. That's number one. It helps increased absorption of sugar by muscles. So we're back to that blood sugar again. We're back to that. So not only is it binding to fats, it's helping tell the carbohydrates where to go and tells it to go to the muscles. That's a pretty good signaling effect. Right here, a 2017 study, the effects of okra has a substance called, forgive me, myrocetin. Okay, it's present in okra and other foods like red wine and tea, it says. They isolated, in these researchers, they isolated this myrocetin from the okra. It increased the absorption of sugars and lowering their blood glucose levels. So they even broke down the okra into what ingredient is it, and it's that. So that's kind of cool. The Food and Science and Human Wellness Review points to other studies that linked myrocyte to lower blood sugar. Back to the blood sugar. The authors argue that it may help reduce other risk factors for diabetes. So its main focus, guys, is helping shuttle carbohydrates and fat in and out of the body without being stored. Again, I keep reiterating that. I want you to know that if you can't tell, that's my main key here, my main focus, my main focal point. Another 2011 study from the Journal of Pharmacy and Biolade Sciences points to a link between okra and lower blood sugar levels. Forgive me. But again, I'm giving you these things because I thought they were important. I didn't want to jump on here and I didn't want to give you some review that you've typically seen on YouTube or some other thing that just said, trust me, do this. I would like my team, my friends, my family, they do trust me, but for others to see this, I wanted you to know that there's way more people, scientists, and doctors that back what I'm saying here, and I'm reading off of their studies. So they did a 14-day research, and I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to do that. But they did a 14-day studies, and basically what it said here is that it helped regulate their blood sugar levels for up to 28 days. That means a couple days doses help maintain their body for 28 days. That's remarkable. That's pretty crazy. Even in 2016, I highlighted here, the Iranian Journal of Medicine concluded that the use of okra benefits people with diabetes. That's that in itself. So the last thing I'm going to talk about when it comes to okra is they call it a trifecta. I didn't even know this. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know this. The trifecta is detoxification, cholesterol balance, and blood sugar balance. You don't get any better than that. Let's see. Who should have more of this ingredient? Because again, remember, I'm breaking it down ingredient by ingredient. But those that are high risk of high cholesterol, high triglycerides, low HDL, which is the good cholesterol, those with blood sugar dysregulation, anyone following a detoxification program, or it also says in there any athletes who just struggle with fatigue. So it's got phenomenal properties, as you can see. The last thing I want to talk about when it comes to the fat blocker is inulin. I've heard of inulin before, but I never broke it down like this. So inulin is a soluble fiber. Inulin is also fructan, not fructose, but fructan. Fructans is a prebiotic, meaning that it feeds the good bacteria in your gut. You've heard, and you should know by now, if you are a thriver, how important pre and probiotics are. That is the foundation of our micronized shake, is that it's a pre and probiotic protein shake. It's helping, that's the part that's helping correct our digestive tract. So fructans are a chain of fructose molecules, which is very interesting. The molecules link together in a way that the small intestines can't break down. Instead, they travel to the lower gut where they feed the beneficial gut bacteria. So I'll make that simple. It doesn't get absorbed up here in your stomach. It gets shuttled down your lower intestines and is used to feed the good bacteria in your gut. And the good bacteria in your gut is more crucial than you can imagine. It's what breaks down your food. It does a lot of things, but you get my idea. The gut bacteria convert inulin and other prebiotics into short-chain fatty acid, which nourish the colon cells and provide other health benefits. So now I talk about it helping the lower gut, helping the colon. Yeah, I'm going to get into it. Pooping is important. I can't express just as important as it is getting in, it's even more important getting out. Because if it stays in, we build toxins, free radicals, and causes havoc. Havoc, all the way from bad digestive system to cancer. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I'm telling you what I know. Having a bad gut is terrible. It leads to problematic things. And the problem with it, guys, is you don't notice these problems immediately. It's not like a headache. Like, oh, I have a headache, I need to fix it now. When you feel the symptoms of a bad gut, it's years later, which is very hard to fix. So again, this can be very, very helpful uh, down that road. People, insulin, or it's not insulin, Inulin improves the digestive health, relieves constipation, weight loss, helps control diabetes. The gut microbiota is the population of bacteria and other microbes that live in your gut. This community is highly complex and contains both good and bacteria. Having the right balance of bacteria is essential for keeping the gut healthy and protect your body from disease, just like I said. Um, when you have, I'm gonna take the time just to tell you, when your body is sick, when you have cancers and other diseases, guys, it's not bad luck. It's it's. I'm even going to go here and not even say it's not quite hereditary. What it is, guys, is when too many cells are damaged. When you have bad cells, they're irritated, they're not working well, they're sick. The cells in your body are sick. Um, they don't work properly, and they produce toxins in your body. Almost like say, I'll give you a good example. You have congestion. What do? You hack up stuff, right? That is your body trying to excrete the bad stuff, right, from your body. Well, your cells do the same thing. However, your cells can't excrete it like that. So you end up having a buildup in your body. And that creates, like I said, everything from a bad gut to cancer. It just creates a ton of different things. So I think it's a good time. I just wanted to share that thinking of this when it comes to your long-term health uh, is super important. I mean, what you do today will literally control how you live 20 years from now or 10 years from now. I mean that very importantly. So what else do we have here? So people taking inulin experience more frequent bowel movements, improve stool. Again, nobody likes to talk about it, but I cannot stress the importance of it. Let's see. That went into that. I'm taking a long time here, so let's see here. Is there anything else I wanted to? Yeah, it talks about helping blood sugar control, controlling your A1c. For you guys that are diabetic or have had issues with that, you're very well you're familiar with the term A1c. Um, and they say that it fell by a percentage of 10.4%. That's good. 10% is fantastic from one thing. I mean, you can't ask more than that. So, helps improve mineral absorption and bone health. According to the FDA, evidence supports the idea that inulin fructans benefit bone mineral density and help the body absorb nutrition, minerals, and calcium. Again, the fat portion of our treat meal off the charts, doing multiple things. I'm going to get into one more topic on here, which is where cheat meal is broken down into the digestion side. So the big ingredient I saw for digestion was buckthorn bark. Buckthorn bark. It increases the colon's ability to spontaneously contract. What does that mean? What that means, that's how you poop, guys. Your intestines need to contract to get it out. So very important. It also reduces water absorption by the intestines. You do not want your intestines inflamed. You know what that is? Bloating. Let me reiterate that. It reduces water absorption by the intestines. That is bloating. Nobody likes that. I don't like that. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable. I don't like it. So, who doesn't want a non-bloat product? I mean, that's phenomenal in it. Excuse me, in itself. So the next thing I saw was called Senna leaf extract. Senna. Right off the bat, when I looked this up, guys, it said Senna leaves are plants used to make medicine. I mean, that was pretty. I was pretty confident in reading that. I mean, that's good. So it's also used for IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. Um, for anyone out there, it also listed in here it was good for anal fissures and hemorrhoids. I don't really know about that, But I'm going to add it in here. I'm going to add it in here for you because it was pretty big on the topic for senna leaf extract. So the next one, guys, is a well-known ingredient called apple cider vinegar. I'm not going to get into the list of things because we've all done that, or I've shared a lot, Terry shared a lot. But I will list just a couple things for some that may not be so savvy to apple cider vinegar. It's for your gut. It's for your digestive system. Improves digestion, boosts the immune system, even all the way to mental health. Apple cider vinegar has been known to have antiviral, and anti-yeast and antifungal benefits. We don't want that in our body. We don't want it in our gut. That is crucial. That's what I use apple cider vinegar for, is for my digestion. There's a ton of things like skin and other things, but I use it for that. But guess what? Back to even the original. It helps control your blood sugar. Ha! Back to that. I mean, that was mind-boggling to me to see. I had no idea that this was going to all coincide together. I mean, they were genius on this one. Paul and Jason were geniuses on this one. It says in a study, participants, and I hate to say this again because I don't want to be so doctorish, but people with diabetes and insulin that were insulin resistant back. I hope I'm back. I'm going to continue. Please forgive my internet connection. Moving on with apple cider vinegar, gut inflammation. Okay, inflammation by supporting that digestion is from problematic foods. I can't even talk now. It threw me off. It helps prevent the overgrowth of bad bacteria. So back to the gut and bacteria, it helps prevent overgrowth of bad bacteria. Bloating is a buildup of gas in the stomach or intestines. The production of gas is a normal part of eating digestion, but it can cause discomfort. We know that. How does it happen? When there's too much in the body, when there's too much of the wrong kind, and it occurs in the upper intestines rather than the colon. That's up here. You feel that bloated, distension, just uncomfortable feeling. That is inflammation, guys. And it can be controlled with something simple like apple cider vinegar or some of the other ingredients that are in this cheat meal. So it's phenomenal. Some of the things, if you weren't aware, I just listed here. Bloating can occur eating too much, eating too fast, eating foods the body can't digest. That's up to you guys. You need to be a study of your own body. And I talk about this one all the time. We can have ideas, tips, the average, the typical. However, we're all different. You need to find out what you can and cannot eat, and you need to take that seriously. For me, I'm 40. Around the age of 35, I became lactose intolerant, but I had to pay attention to that because I ate milk and ice cream and cereal and all this stuff my whole life, cheese, and then all of a sudden it just started acting different. I had to make a mental note of that. And, oh my God, my body no longer digests this. And I had to make that change. I encourage you guys to take that and do the same with some of the other foods. Another bloating occurrence is from bacteria migrating to the small intestines. We don't want that to happen. Let's see. The body produces gases. The gases are methane and hydrogen. Okay. I just got a time notification from the boss. It was a lot to cover. I'm sorry. And I was excited, and it's important. So it is what it is. You can delete me. You can get off. You can do whatever. Higher amounts of methane gas in your digestive conditions, it will include constipation, IBS, and obesity. Those are what the researchers have said. So, What else? Oh, one last thing. Ginger root extract was in there for digestion. It helps decrease gas, which again is your bloat problem. You heard Jason and Paul talk about that quite heavily. I'm just breaking it down here of why. It says ginger can improve digestion by stimulating hydrochloric acid, which helps digest proteins and bile, which also helps digest the fats. So even this, we're going back to the fat department, and this is also another ingredient helping breaking down the fat for you guys. It says most research data uses ginger to treat digestive discomfort, so it's known in the medical community. Another note about digestion is maybe many people think, are you ready? Follow me. Don't leave on this one. Many people who think they have heartburn truly have indigestion, which 80% of people taking heartburn medications don't need those drugs. Okay? They need more good gut bacteria. They don't need drugs. They need more gut. They need a better digestive tract. Those drugs, guys, they're just a Band-Aid. We need to fix the problem. And here it is. Cheat meal. This is how we fix the problem. What is it called? It's called dyspepsia. It's a discomfort or pain in the upper abdomen, often mistaken for heartburn. Okay, that's all I have. But I want to talk. That was a big thing. I should have highlighted that further. How many people do you know with heartburn? I have my friends that are mine that are younger in age, even my kids, their friends. They come to my house, they have heartburn. Guys, this is a sign of a bad digestive system. So all in all, I will wrap this up. I've taken a long time, but it was a lot of information, so I don't apologize. Thrive cheat meal. Recap, okay? Helps move carbohydrates into your muscle cells and not get stored as fat. It's a fat blocker. Helps absorb and transport fats to be used as energy and not stored as fat. The digestive system part of this helps your gut bacteria digest the foods so that the first two things can do what they need to do. This, guys, is something you've never seen, something you've never heard of, and will change your life. It will change your business. And like they said, and I wasn't even sure when they first said it, this will be the product of the year. So with that, guys, if you guys have any questions, message me on Messenger, call me, do whatever. I'm super excited about this. I work this business all day, every day, so don't think you're going to bother me. I enjoy it. I love it. It's part of my life. And I use all of this. What most of you guys don't know is you guys think I've been a bodybuilder my whole life. I found Thrive when I was 35. It took me 2 years. It took me 2 years to adjust my health and my body and my life to get the benefits of being a thriver where I felt fantastic. At 37, because of how I felt, I decided to chase my dream as a bodybuilder. From that point, I have not looked back. And the Thrive experience and our products, you bet your ass, has been the foundation of my life and my recent goals. Going from an average Joe to a competitive bodybuilder, an actor, a model. I never thought I'd have a body to do. But anyway, my point is, guys, it took me 2 years to fix my life. And then from that, I never quit, and it just helped me get better and better. These products are top notch. I swear by them. I live by them so much. I'll add this. Some of you guys don't know. I quit a 15-year career for XTO Energy and oil and gas because I found Le-Vel and I believed in it, and I knew it was something that worked, and I knew it was going to change lives around me. There was no fail. It wasn't on me. I just had to be the sharer of information. So with that, guys, if you have any questions, hit me up, call me. You guys have a great evening and get ready for that debate because we got a good evening ahead of us. God bless you all. Thank you all so very much. God bless you. Take care.